Levels is good. What a boy. Good evening and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am still your host, the one and only talent El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. We got a big show coming up for you guys today, coming up in just moments. We got a lot of things to cover from the weekend, right? We had a big sports weekend. Like really. Yeah, I'll allow it. We have a really big sports weekend for us to cover. This may have been the greatest World Cup championship that I've ever seen. We're going to talk about that. The Jets lag. We got Blue Chew promo to give out. We got the Knicks streaking. We got giant controversial win. We got the birthdays to shout out at the top of the podcast as we always do. Well, we got our week 15 results. We did okay. I hope you guys listened on Friday and you made yourself some dough. That's always good. We got some key injuries. I feel like this is deja vu of these injuries. We're going to talk about that. January 4th, 2023. Don't forget, episode 500 of Mighty Sports Podcast will be live at Sharky's. As we were live at Sharky's every Wednesday, but episode 500 is going to be special. You guys come down there, we're going to have raffles, giveaways, and everything. We got some new endings, that we're probably just not quite used to. We're going to talk about these new endings. Christmas is less than 6 days away. And Ovechkin on later tonight, chasing second place. We have all that and more coming up next on the Mighty Sports Podcast. You know what? Yo, DJ MyT. Let's go ahead and start the show. Hey. Good evening and welcome back to another edition of MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, as always, the one and only talent El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. It is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. It is February. Why am I in February? It's December 19th. We are 6 days away from Christmas. I hope you guys are in the holiday spirit. I know I keep trying to get in the holiday spirit, but every time I start driving, the people in the road make me Santa cuss. I can't stand it. We got a big show for you guys today. Big show for you guys. As we already told you, folks. We got highs today at 78, lows of 66. Current temperature right now is 69 degrees, one of my favorite numbers. But let's go ahead and turn the temperature up just a little bit here on the Mighty Sports Podcast. Because you know what we say here on the show, regardless of the time and regardless of the weather, it's always a blast of the Mighty Sports Podcast. Coach, let them know what goes on here. What do we do?
You play to win the game. Hello?
Orlando Magic are currently up on the Atlanta Hawks, 125 to 124, 3.6 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. I'm telling you right now, you guys don't know this yet. Orlando's one of my low-key teams to watch this season. If you ain't watching Banchero, the Orlando Magic, this year, look at Chris Tucker at the game. It's in Atlanta, of course. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Shoot the ball, man. Make it. Come on, make it. Shoot the ball. Oh, man, we got a big show for you guys today. This is Volume 8, Episode 39, Track 493. Track 493, which means in just 7 episodes, we are 7 episodes away from Episode 500. We are 7 episodes away from Episode 500. We are 7 episodes away from Episode 500, the first live show of the year at Sharky's, Episode 500. You're gonna wanna be there if you know how he gets down. But let me tell you how we get down on a regular basis when it's just a regular show. Or anytime we have a regular show, we do regular things. Like have regular birthday parties and give regular birthday shout-outs. So what we like to do here on the MyT Sports Podcast to start off every single show, right? We like to open up the doors to the club for all the birthday people that like to hop in here early. Let's get it here. Yeah. You like that? I like that. You like that? I like that. Because it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. We're not even there yet. What we do here on the MyT Sports Podcast is that we give a shout out to everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody that has a birthday since the last time that we were on the air. So for us, that's gonna cover everybody. That's gonna cover everybody from the 17th. Who, listen, I don't normally give double birthday shout outs. I really don't. I normally don't give double birthday shout-outs, but for the 17th, you guys got some double birthday shout-outs. Not too often, right? Like I may do double birthday shout-outs for October 22nd, right? Like maybe for Juneteenth, right? December 17th is another one where I just happen to know so many people. You guys, and it's not just I know so many people, right? Because it's not even about how many you know, right? Right? It's not about how many you know at all, right? Or how many I know. It's about how special those individuals that I know that are getting the shout out. And these two individuals are as special as they get, right? I love them both dearly. These are two of my dearest homegirls in the world. Two of them, and I got a lot of close homegirls, right? I do have a few. Yes, I do. Ooh. And I love them all. Right? Oh my God, Atlanta just took the lead. 1.3 seconds left to go. Atlanta's up 126 to 125. Orlando Banchero gets the shot. He gets it off. Is he fouled? He misses. Man, that was a good shot though. Like he bounced off the back of the rim. I think what ended up happening, I missed the play before this. I think Atlanta may have gotten fouled on their shot, and maybe they had free throws to put them up. So I didn't see what happened there, but I remember seeing a shot go off. Not quite seeing how the results ended on that. Oh yeah, we getting twisted tonight. You like that? I like that. You like that? I like that. So let's go ahead and give a birthday shout to everybody we know, right? Because we're going to cover birthdays for the 17th of December, for the 18th of December, and then also for today, tonight, right now, all the way live. Let's take a little shot for you. The 19th of December. Let's get it started from the tippy. Wait, did I already pour alcohol? Apparently, I did. Is that Nick Van Axel? Nick Van Axel? I didn't know he was a coach for Atlanta. That kind of makes sense, right? That the kind of player that Nick Van Axel was, right? With the raw emotion I'm talking about. That he probably would be the coach of a young Trae Young. Now, this also makes me think that there is something in the works to possibly get Nick Van Axel that head coaching job over Nate McMillan, because they may think that his offensive play style is a little antiquated. Does this sound familiar to you, Knicks fans, yet? Oh, we gon' get in. You just wait. We still got birthdays to go ahead and partake in. Check it. Yeah, check it. Tell you, boy. Yo, cause I'm a Italian galanting. You know the Riz be the one. I'm wildin'. You know what they say. You know what I say. If I'm smiling, then I'm wildin'. And right now, I am smiling. Like a big smile on my face. I'm coming today, Monday evening with the big pod, and I'm in a big mood. You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming. Yeah, I let that ride out. One more time. Let's go ahead and give these birthday shout-outs again, right? And I was just going to give you guys some time, because you know what we do here, right? Go ahead and drop the names of anybody that you know that had a birthday over the weekend or today. And we'll add them into the MyT Sports Podcast, right? We'll make sure that they get the love that right? We'll make sure that they get the same love that everybody else gets. Because, it's always a party here. More than that, there's always a blast here on the MyT Sports Podcast. So you know what to do. Go start dropping those names. We'll start giving them shout outs. But for right now, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 different names to shout out to. Oh, buddy. It's coming. Oh, it's a coming. It's a coming. Hey, one more time, right? For the people that got here late, right? For the people that didn't know about the start time, for the people that didn't know about the start time but didn't know about today's start time because today's start time didn't match the regular start time. I know I'll be telling you guys I start at 8:07 p.m., but you have to really pay attention to the fine print. And in the fine print, I put a little ish in there because ish happens. And when potting and making material isn't your number one source of income, then you have to do stuff for the number one source of income that kind of runs into non-number one source of income, time and territory. You guys understand what I'm saying here? I still got gifts in my inbox, for real. So something suspicious happened earlier today before we get into the birthday shout out. Something suspicious happened. I know it's Christmas time, right? And it just seems like, normally around Christmas, right, you may have some people that even though they've been to your house or they know where you live, they don't know your actual address, right? So it's not surprising that somebody may come through over the week, over the holiday, and randomly ask you for your address. But then again, you know me, pimpin'. Like, you know me. Meaning you can pop in anytime that you want. Something sounds suspicious. I'm just saying. Something sounds suspicious. And what I feel is happening is that I'm not about to get a Christmas present. I think I'm about to get a wedding invitation. Yeah. I think, you know what? I'm gonna let you have this to yourself. I feel like you're better when you have it to yourself. I really believe that I am not about to get a Christmas present. Well, I am. I believe that my godfather duties and my best man duties are about to start on January 5th. Not before January 4th on the 500 episode of MyT Sports Podcast. And watch, if my boy is there, I'm telling you right now, if my boy is there on January 5th, I'm calling him out on the air. I'm telling you right now, if he's there on January 5th, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. The Cavs game just finished. I don't have the score for that. Or the Toronto and Philly game. I don't have the score. I don't have scores on here right now. I made sure I took those scores off. Let me see. We have Portland, Oklahoma City, or Lakers and Phoenix. That sounds like a no-brainer, right? Even though I want to see Damian Lillard, the second best shooter ever. Listen, not my words, his words. And listen, you know what's funny? I know we're supposed to get into the NBA talk, right? I mean, into the birthday shout-outs. But before we get into that, I know I'm trying to give you guys time, right? I'm trying to give you guys time to get in here. With all my birthday people, I'm trying to get you guys time to get in here, right? But you know that we spoke last week about the NBA coming out with a couple of awards, right? And I want to talk about this before I forget, because it popped in my head when it came up. What's going on, Trish? I was just talking about your brother, right? So let me tell you something, right? Since you here and you listening, it'll give me time to bullshit, right? I'm trying to pull something up while I also talk. And now I gotta write down what the fuck I was about to say. Because I was about to break into a little soliloquy, right? And I was gonna break into the soliloquy because I didn't want to. I know you ain't just hang up on me. Ooh, Trish. You see how they do you? You see how they do it? And I really had something I wanted to tell you too. She was like, "Oh, you talking about my brother? I gotta go. You on speakerphone?" Yeah, I mean, listen. I will admit, I am probably not the person to put on speakerphone. Right? I'm probably not the person to put on speakerphone. Listen, not only that, fair warning. I'm not the person to put on speakerphone. I'm not the person to have other people read text messages from me out loud. I'd be like, "Oh, that's from T. Read it out loud for me." No, don't have anybody else read out my messages out loud. Also, speaking of speakerphones, I am not the dude. What the fuck was I looking up? Shit. I was about to look up something for you guys, and I completely forgot what I was going to try to sneak away and look. Oh, I know what it is now. I am not the dude that you should have your text messages reading aloud in the car. Actually, I don't know why you'll have that anyway, right? Because my people say some outlandish shit, period, right? And you never know who you're in the call with. Next you know, you get a message being read out, "Hey, can you come and lick my asshole tonight like you did last Wednesday?" Like, you don't want that. Like, these are jokes. This is not what's happening. But I'm just saying, it's not what you want. Right? It's not what you want. And that's what we're trying to avoid. The things that you don't want. This is just trying to avoid that. The things that you don't want. The things that you don't want. Oh, shit. Wrong. Bad. So, you know what? Now that we've already broken from the dating list, since Trish left, Trish is an asshole. I really had a story to tell her, right? Because that story that I told you guys earlier about my brother, right? About that sneaky address thing, right? Like, she could relate and she could understand this, right? She'll be able to back me up. She'll co-sign, right? More than anything else, like, I know that Trish will co-sign because we share the same brother, right? So let's go ahead. Let's just say fuck it, right? Let's go ahead and get into the birthday shoutouts, right? We got a ton of birthday shoutouts. We do. We got more birthday shoutouts than we'll like to admit. And I'm trying to think, who is deserving of the back channel? There's only two people deserving of the back channel. There really is, right? And that's Caitlin and Deb. You're gonna for birthday people, that is, right? There's tons of people worthy of the back channel hotline, right? But like, when we talking about birthday people, like, they're the only ones. So let's go ahead and give them their roses and get this party started. Yo, DJ MyT, you know what we do here at the top. We know what we do here at the top of the show. Even though we've bullshitted now for just about, how long have we been bullshitting? We've bullshitted now for a full 18 minutes of the show. Let's go ahead and give these birthday shout outs their respect, and let's go ahead and roll up and roll out. Ready? Because, yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Because it's your birthday, we sing happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yo, we got big shout outs, yo. We got big birthday shout outs for real. We got big birthday shout outs to get. So let's go ahead and start with the first one, right? I know we got them all. I don't got them written down today. It's all right though. Fuck it. You guys lost on that one, right? First birthday shout out I want to give out to is my booski. It's to my booski, Deborah Segovia. Right? I want to say happy birthday to the Booskies as well. Yo, Booski just dropped a hit single. You got a birthday shout out on Friday, so I'm double dipping on you. Right, we definitely double dipping, right? Yo, tell your hit single I said what's up. Give him a little squeezy, little kiss on the forehead for me. Tell your boo friend I said what's up to Vince, right? That's his name, Vince. I think so. I'm horrible with names if it's not Vince, right? But you tell Vince I said what's up. Give him a little dab and be like, hey, what's going on, partner? You know how we do, right? And come in with the loose hand, 2 taps on the back. Bring it in tightly, Love you, B. Love you. Keep taking care of my homegirl. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly how you got to do it. Like, I know, like you've never really had to worry about it. So, again, Debs, right? 2 taps, bond, bring in, with the free hand, wrap it around the back, 2 pats on the back, you know what I mean? Some endearing words in the ear at a low level. Yo, appreciate you taking care of my girl. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you gotta be my home. You taking me home. For him, like, yo, I appreciate you taking care of me, taking care of my son. You know what I mean? And being a great provider and a husband and all that good shit. You know what I mean? Love you, B. You know? Little kiss on the cheek, like right there, like right there, and that little cheekbone area, right there. You know what I mean? That's how you do that. That's how you do that. Right? Well, happy birthday to my homegirl Deborah. She's living in tennis right now. Right? She's over there living on a prayer. What's going on, Mark? We see you as well. Want to say happy birthday to my homegirl Caitlin. It's her birthday as well. Like, yo, it really, like, normally I have to tell you people, yo, it's your birthday. You make sure you get your weekend at Bernie's on, and you definitely enjoy yourself. Well, my homegirl Caitlin must be enjoying herself because she has went ghost over since her birthday. She started celebrating on Friday, and I got in contact with her early Saturday, and she has been ghost since then. I hope she's okay. I hope she's sober. I hope you're drinking water today. I hope you're back within the world of the living. Love you, baby girl. Happy birthday to you too. She calls herself Baby Kardashian. I call her baby girl. I've known her since she was like 16 years old. She just turned 30. Like, god damn, you old shit. Want to say happy birthday also to Losa. Loso, in case you ain't know so, Fabolous. Go girl, it's your birthday. I know you're right, I know you're thirsty. And say I say I. We don't buy no drinks at the bar. We pour champagne cause we got that. And you know you say I want to say happy birthday to Losa. You know what I mean? Even though I was singing a song about Fabuloso, she's Fabulosa. Right? Look at Chris Paul over there speed walking, trying to walk away from his trouble, his infidelities. Oh, it's a good Monday too. I'll tell you, if I'm smiling, I'm wilding. And you can see I got a big smile on my face. I'm in a big mood. Right? So that was the birthdays for the 17th. That was just the 17th. 3 birthdays for the 17th. Yo, let me get 3 clappers for them. Let me get 3 clappers. Right? And then we got some birthdays yesterday on Sunday the 18th. Only, sorry, trying to clear that throat. Let me clear. Oh, mercy, babe. I hope you don't mind. Let me clear my. I hope you don't mind. Right, we had 1 birthday for yesterday, right? We only had 1 birthday for yesterday. Let's go ahead and let's see if I can get that person to give them a birthday shout out as well, right? I want to say happy birthday to Carrie Ann Pippin, right? So Carrie Ann is the homegirl of a homegirl, right? I don't know how to explain it, right? So my homeboy's wife, this is one of her friends, right? This is one of her friends. Right, so this goes out to the lovely Carrie Ann Pippin. It was her birthday. It was her birthday on Sunday. Well, happy birthday to you. See what's up to your boo friend for me as well too. Yo, that dude right there. Yo, her dude. Like I told you guys, they call me Mr. Energy. Yo, the force is strong within that one. He could be the next Mr. Energy. He definitely could be the next Mr. Energy. He definitely has it in him. He has it in him. Of course, right? But he has the potential. He is the last dragon, master of them all. He ain't gonna be the last, but he may be the next. Right, and then we get to today. Right? Then we get to today. We got a couple of birthdays for today. But let's get 1 clapper, right? Dropping a little open. Okay, I like how you guys want. I never understood these Experian commercials. You got floating credit cards. Floating signs, floating cups of coffee. I don't get it. Purple cows. What does floating objects and purple cows have to do with your credit? Y'all about to have me out here Santa cussing. Try not to Santa cuss. I'm in the holiday spirit. No Santa cussing for me today. Trying. If I don't Santa cuss today, that means this episode is going straight over to Island TV. And I want the real one. I want the real one. I want the real. Give it to me real. I want it real. I want it raw. So the couple birthdays we got to today, right? We got a happy birthday for Teresa Markham. Teresa Markham is one of the homegirls from around the way. We got another happy birthday for John Hartnett, who was one half of the doubles division champions of shit. Why am I forgetting our names? Tag team champions for like 2 years. Platinum Pro, that's why I know him from Platinum Pro Wrestling. Cash and it's not Cash and Dash. It's not Cash and Flow. I'm really forgetting y'all names. I apologize. Like, I thought I had it up here before I was running. I'm like, oh, okay, I know your information. And now I'm on the air, and I'm drawing a complete blank. Like, complete blank. And that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Right? I don't even have it in my... No, you see that? I want to say happy birthday to John Hartnett, former one half of the double divisions champion. And the last birthday we got, right, is from my homeboy Chris Russo. Yo, why does this look like a mini? What was her name? She was on The Numbers Never Lie with that Mike dude. Jamel Hill, watching NBA TV, and the black chick that they have, or the woman that they have, right, doing it on the panel with them. She looks like a mini Jamel Hill. Like they could be related. Honestly, like I'm not gonna say like I know that it could be like a cousin or sister or some shit. Like who knows? Let's get this wrapped up, right? The next birthday we got is from my homeboy Chris Russo, right? I want to say happy birthday to my boy Chris Russo. Like, damn, it's been a while since we seen you pimping. I hope all things are good. Hope the family's good. Hope you good. Hope you're eating good. Hope your brother's good. Hope everybody's good. You know what I mean? I haven't seen you guys in a while. Love you all, right? So to everybody, see, man, love is love. Love is love. Love is love. Love is love. Let's bring them. Let's get them 3 clappers too, right? Let's get them all in here. Let's get them all back in the room. Let's get them all back in the room. Let's get them where the love is at. Let's show them where the love is. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? It's right here. It's right here, B. Right? So to my Booski, and to Baby Girl, and to Losa, and to Carrie Ann, and to Teresa, and to John, and to Chris Russo. I want to say, I wish you all a happy birthday. We hope you party hard. Hope you enjoyed everything. It was the weekend, so I hope you got your weekend at Bernie's on. You regret nothing. You put your head back. And you continue to stay MyT. And also, have a Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, Shalom, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, like whatever you're into. Happy holidays. Oh yeah, you definitely happy holidays. Cause y'all out there spending money, like y'all over there spending money on people like yo, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get this one of my whole present. I gotta get my little whole present. I gotta get my maid whole present. I gotta get my own whole present. I gotta get my male figure whole present. Like ho. Remember to stay in the Christmas spirit and get your hoe on. Hey. I'm stuck. Yo, DJ MyT, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Cut that beat for me. Cut that beat. Cut that beat abruptly for me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was pretty abrupt. We're gonna roll right into it. While we was out here giving the birthday shout outs to it, opening up the room for the birthday party. I hope you guys got the opportunity to go ahead and pour yourself something up in your sippy cup. Cheers to all of you that did. If you're a newcomer here and you was like, yo, I didn't know that the birthday time was drinks time. Well, honestly, birthday's a celebration. Birthday's a celebration. So during any celebration, you want to have celebratory items with you. So I'm hoping once you moment that you heard we was doing a birthday celebration, like, oh shit, let me get myself a shot glass, pour myself a drink, roll myself a joint or a blizzy. You know what I mean? Not a grizzly, a blizzy. You know what I mean? Pack your rig, pack your bowl, pack your bong, pack your steamroller, pack your one-hitter, charge up your vape. Totally, dude. Party like a rock. Party like a rock star. Party like a rock. Party like a cock star. Party like a cock. Party like a cock star. Totally, dude. So I'm in a big mood. It's Monday. And this is how we get, like, you see, Mondays, I understand how most people think about Mondays. I'm like, yo, when you have the MyT Sports Podcast to look forward to, Mondays mean something different. It's motivational Mondays. It's no longer mundane Mondays. Like, you really feeling all the energy. Was that somebody joining the room? I told you guys I don't be knowing these new sounds and stuff. I heard the little beepy bop. I was like, yo, is that what I think it is? No, that's not the video, people. That's not one of the video conferences. Let's get into our first topic of the day, because you know what we do here, right? We have our first topic of the day. Actually, let me rephrase that, right? So you guys actually know we have our MyT topic of the day, and our MyT topic of the day is basically any topic that supersedes all topics. And I'm hoping you guys are with me on this for our MyT topic of the day.
MyT.
3 MyTs and Myra Stoudemire whoops his daughter's ass. That really wasn't the MyT topic of the day. My bad. See, I can't help myself. That really wasn't supposed to be the MyT topic of the day. But since we're here, Myra Stoudemire gets arrested for whooping his daughter's ass. Apparently, Myra Stoudemire gets arrested for punching his daughter in the face. That's what it said. Myra Stoudemire gets a call from his spouse, his wife, or whatever. Daughter's being disrespectful. Apparently, if you're telling me that my daughter's being disrespectful, that means you want me to go over there and discipline my daughter. Myra Stoudemire goes over there to discipline his daughter for being disrespectful to her mother. Don't know what she said to get the technical foul, but she must have said some magical words, because she was like, that's why you not my real daddy and I sucked your brother's dick. Bitch, what? Speculations. False speculation, right? You know what? I'm going to need that drop. I'm going to need that Rick Ross drop. Do we not have that Rick Ross drop? Seriously, do we have that? I feel like we should have that drop by now. Do we not have the Rick Ross drop? All right, let me know. Get that out. Load it up. Let's see. So I really wasn't coming in here to talk about this first, right? Because it was going to be a fleeting topic. But then it made me think of something that I recently saw. As I'm talking to you guys, made me think of something I recently saw. And it was about Steve. It was from the Steve Harvey show, right? And it was a young woman, right, asking explaining to Steve Harvey that her husband is the disciplinary. Now, I'm not justifying anything. I'm just telling you guys a story right now. Her husband was the disciplinary in the household, and sometimes when he's disciplining the children, right, her sons, she feels that he goes a little overboard, right? That he's going a little too hard on them, right? He goes too far. And she kind of wants them, sometimes to take, like, to ease up a little. And she wants to know, like, what she should do, in these situations when she feels like this. And Steve Harvey flat out said to stay the hell out the way, respectfully. And the reason why he said that, right? Because he explains himself. He said, "Do you love your husband? Is your husband the man of your dreams?" She paused, and then, yes, he is. Cool. She's like, he asked her, like, what are the things that you love about him? And then give her a chance to answer. Just lay out some of the basic things. Do you love his composure, his discipline, his chivalry? Like the little things that you can think of, right? The things that make him a man. She's like, yes. She goes, then he goes, okay, then when he's disciplining these boys to become young men, he's disciplined to become the man that you fell in love with, the kind of guy that you hope your sons grow up to be. That's what he is transforming them into. Now, I say this is the case with the Mark Stoudemire scenario, but there is something to be said when you call upon the disciplinary of your household to enact discipline. You know what kind of discipline this person enacts, right? You know how they enact it. You know you know your level of comfortability, or you know what they're going to do when you've gotten to that point. Not saying that Amari Stoudemire should be punching his daughter in the jaw, but his wife did call him, because their daughter was out of control technically, and she didn't know what to do with it, so she called the disciplinary in the house. Not justifying what he did. I'm just curious, what did she say to get the technical foul? Don't know if he smacked her. Don't know what she did. You know how kids are kind of weird these days. He could have smacked her across the face. I have to see the damages. And maybe she took an orange to her face after that. Don't know. You know, women can be vindictive, right? Manipulative and all kinds of crazy stuff, right? Guys can be too. This isn't all one sex, right? This isn't a battle of the sexes. Every time I've ever thought about the word queso, I always think white cheese specifically. Why is this? Somebody help me out here. Why is my brain pre-programmed to think that queso is specifically white cheese? Anybody? Somebody? Anybody? Somebody make some noise? For the people! Potting people! Thank you guys for listening to MyT Sports Podcast, by the way, as we are on this wild. We even got into the sports yet, for real. But don't forget to like, don't forget to follow, right? Don't forget to share. Definitely share, right? Because podcasting is a group activity. So if you're listening, right, share with the people that you're listening with as well, right? So that you guys can talk about this later and talk about how retorted I was. That's all I care about. Like, let's make fun of me. That's why I'm just here to talk my shit so you can make fun of me afterwards. Excuse me. Like dead ass. I do this just so you can make fun of me afterwards. No other reason. So I was kind of curious. So I am just curious. Like, it's not cool what Mara Stoudemire did, right? Children, stop talking back to your parents, because you really don't know the kind of gangster your parents were before they had you. And I'm starting to learn this, right? The older I get, right? You don't fully understand the level of gangster your parents were before they had you. Some of you do know, because your parents just don't let you forget about it, live it down, or whatever, or they show it to you every single day, which is kind of not the way you kind of want to be, right? Is this Lakers game over, or this is from another day? Why did they slow that down? That was the longest 2 bottles of water being poured simultaneously on somebody that I've ever seen. And is now Devin Booker on street clothes? Then why am I watching this Phoenix and Lakers game then? If Devin Booker's in street clothes, Anthony Davis is in street clothes again. That was gonna be the injury we was gonna talk about, to be honest with you. That was really gonna be the injury report that we was gonna talk about. Because I feel like I'm having deja vu every time I talk about Anthony Davis being on the injured list. Like, I'm not even surprised when Anthony Davis is on the injured list. It's like, okay, offensive foul? This is part of the reason why I love watching games on silent, right? I know we're doing the podcast and I couldn't have it playing if I wanted to. But if you guys ever get the opportunity, watch your favorite sporting event on silent. Forget the crowd, forget the commentating, forget the noise. Sit there in dead silence and watch. And honestly, depending on how you've watched before, and I'm still going to say this with a strong confidence, watch your favorite sporting event on silence. And it would almost seem like it's the first time you've ever watched a game. I'm not talking about being at a bar. Nah, not the same. At your crib, alone. Just for 2 hours. Silence. Just you watching. No Reggie Miller to vomit all over the mic. Nobody's crowd yelling MVP for opposing players. None of it. Just you and the game. You'll be surprised how much different you see the game that you love. The games that you love. It's funny that the Lakers still have a Bryant on their team. Rest in peace to Kobe. Goddamn. I got the Rihanna song in my head now. Keep me up. Pick me up and get me down. I want some hand right now. Is your throne bottomless? Then show me how. Suck me off. Go downtown. Lick my balls. Open your mouth. I'm sorry. I blacked out. That's going to have to make it to a cut somewhere. But I got the Rihanna song. I apologize. Every song I have in my head has a perverted remix. It's just what happens. Don't play with it. Come on, nigga. Don't play with it. Like, I'm a pervert, nigga. I know. Oh, shit. Packers are winning 24-12. We have the whole fourth quarter to go. We are like 7 seconds in. Fucking Troy Hill just got himself a pass interference, and there goes me having a clean podcast. The podcast may have been dirty. Like, who knows? All right, we could have been going dirty. I'm over here, and I could have been lying to myself when I told myself we're gonna have a clean show. Man, I haven't had a clean show since the last time the police had a clean arrest. Hey, you! Talk to. Let me get a clapper on that one. Let's get into it. Let's roll up and roll out. Man, I'm tired of this running my mouth for nonsense.
MyT.
All right, we have our MyT topic of the day, and that was the greatest World Cup I have ever seen. I am not speaking in conjecture. I am not speaking in hyperbole. I am not having recency bias. What I am having is memory bias. Because I honestly cannot remember another World Cup as interesting as this one. Call it age, call it actual, like, you understand, because there's so many different factors that play into it, right? What was I doing at the time? How involved was I leading up to the World Cup? The meaning of the World Cup to me, the meaning of soccer in my life at a given time, right? But I'm literally watching this World Cup, and I will be honest with you. I don't think I didn't catch all of the first half. So when I caught the match, it's 2-0. It's 2-0, and they're already talking about Messi being the greatest player that ever lived, that never won a chip. Boy, that sounds like Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing, and Charles Barkley, John Stockton, and Karl Malone. Like, you can literally make an all-star team, an all-time great all-star team of the players that Michael Jordan has stopped from getting a championship. And those players can probably beat him. I don't think you can do the same thing for LeBron. Oh, that ball did not extendo. Oh, carry bitches like I'm Prego. Blah, blah, blah. In the blah, 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 blah. All right, so let's get back. I'm wilding. I wonder if I'm not tipsy. I had to check the cup. That was a big cup I made today. Like, I made an old school cup. I made a cup that, I'm telling you right now, by the end of the show, you're gonna notice a difference in the pattern of my speech. Like, I'm gonna go on autopilot. Like, I'm gonna be here glazed over, and I'm just gonna be. It's gonna be real words. But I'm not gonna remember what I'm saying. And that's, you guys have no clue how many times that has happened, where I've talked to you guys, and because I was so tipsy, I had no clue what was being said. No clue whatsoever. I think they did something interesting where they took it back to the, oh, is he going for the banger? Is he going for the banger? Nope, all that for a 3-point shot. Okay, he made it. Torrey Craig, 5 for 6, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, 6 rebounds, 14 points tonight. Torrey Craig balling in the absence of the golden child. Not the golden child. The golden child is Stephen Curry. My bad. And in the D book. Blah, blah, blah. Damn, I got this number so in my head. Actually, I'm so glad I never had Tourette's. Because I feel like I would be a bad Tourette's person. I'd be funny as shit, though. But it'll be all music. But I feel like I got musical Tourette's now anyway. Am I the only person that has that? Like, you just blurt out random verses. You just be sitting there. And you never take them scared. You make me smell them blood vessel burn. Sweet home Alabama. Yeah, I'm coming home. Nelly. No, Nelly. New York. Am I the only person that has that happen? Like, seriously. I know I'm not the only person. Because if I don't give up, then you don't give up. I know I can't be the only one with the weird ass musical jukebox in their head. The fuck? Niggas in the lake? Hey, we got niggas in the lake and niggas in Paris. Check out the podcast, MyT Sports Podcast. MYT, M as in Mike, Y as in Yankee, T as in Tango, Sports Podcast. We're live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night. That's what you see. That's what you hear. Blah, blah, blah. Like a Prego. All right, let's continue. Where were we? This is probably the baddest World Cup I've ever seen. And like, this was phenomenal. Like we're talking about phenomenal. And they really was sitting here talking about Messi as if he was Russell Wilson when he was with the Seattle Seahawks. Like, that's how they were talking about. Like, he was Mr. Unlimited. They were giving him his praises, giving him his roses. And can I say this? I wasn't rooting for France. I really wasn't. But because Mbappe, 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 Mbappe is black. I was rooting for him. Only reason. Then I realized maybe I should have been rooting for a little bit more for France, right? But fuck them. I fucks with Mbappe. That's about it, right? And watching this match, as I told you, I got there right before the half, so Argentina's up. And great, I'm rooting for the South American team, right? That's all I knew. I was rooting for the South American team, right? You know what I mean? Viva la raza. I was rooting for my South American team. Hey. But they're up, and I'm like, yo, this is a wash. Because in soccer, a 2-0 lead, you might as well be up 28-3 in a Super Bowl. You understand? It almost looks insurmountable. They come out the half. France still got no answer for them. Argentina's doing their thing. No more points are scored for a mile. And then we got to about the 75th minute mark. Probably even later than that. Around like the 86th minute mark, right? But let's call it after the 75th minute mark. We could have been well into the 80s by now. No doubt. I see you. Thank you for the thank you for the like, follow, and share. Appreciate you. I see you daily. So all of a sudden, right, there's a penalty kick that has to happen. And who is up for the penalty kick? None other than Mbappe. Hey, yo, who was that man that just eating a grizzly in your picture? Hey, Greek freak. I know you the Greek freak, but why you got dudes eating grizzlies in your in your picture? The commercial. Hey, yo, what they trying to do to my boy the freak on Google? Maybe they trying to play up to his freakiness. Let's continue. So Mbappe got a penalty kick. And no doubt, penalty kick comes up, and Mbappe does what great people do. He puts in a penalty kick. Bam! It's 1-2 now. Right? Is that what happened? Was it penalty kick then goal, or was it golden penalty kick? Either or. Within 90 seconds, Mbappe comes back down. Mbappe. Goal! 2-2. And you're looking at it like, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. What just happened? Where did this come from? Who you with? Who you saw? Who you gonna tell? Whose mama we smacking? It got crazy. Suddenly. Crazy. Out of nowhere. And now we have a game. Folks, we don't just have a game. Mbappe doesn't score penalty kick and the second goal. Like when you're talking about this was the definition of doing everything I could to help my team win. Scored goal number 1, scored goal number 2. Before that happened, like I said, the first 2 goals for Argentina were scored by Di Maria and also Messi. So before before Mbappe puts in those 2 goals, they're talking about Messi being the all-time goal leader in the World Cup with 7 goals, or was it 6 goals at the time? Mbappe puts in those 2. He's now the goal leader at 7. Messi comes back and says, "Oh, contraire, mon frère, you speak French, right? So hold up, my dude, you pump these brakes." And Messi shows why he has done everything inside the World Cup and outside of get that bling on his rings or fuck it up with the cup. And he puts in a goal. 82. Time is winding down. And things are looking desperate for France. But what happens? Mbappe, Go! After Messi tears things up again, leaves the field all messy. Mbappe comes through with another goal, ties it up 3-3, gets the hat trick. Gets the hat trick to tie this game again. We go into extra minutes, aka overtime. Nothing. No more goals. So then we come down to the old controversial penalty kicks. And if you don't like penalty kicks by now, right? I'm just gonna let you know. You don't like suspense. You don't like thrillers because penalty kicks may be one of the most suspenseful things out there, right? Deeper than free throws, because free throws is just those 2. Like, you got to go through a whole set. And then you never know if you want to put your best kickers up front, your best kickers towards the back. You want to get this game, you want to get it early, or you want to have the anchors. You never know how you want to apply that pressure, or how you want to scheme. Well, for these 2 teams, they went ace versus ace. And listen, don't call me LeBron when I say this, right? And I mean this. I fully mean this. Thank you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and follow with the podcast. All right. Definitely hit up YouTube. If you guys got Twitch, hit up Twitch. If you guys got Amazon Prime, you get Twitch Prime for free. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Just saying. If you don't have Twitch, but you have kids, your kids got Twitch. Have them show you how to hook it up. But I don't think this is the kind of podcast you want to tell your kids to follow. I mean, they're going to hear some good sports. They're going to hear some good sports. They're going to hear some good life stories. I'm going to tell them some good investment advices, right? Some good general investment advice. But you guys know all the stuff that comes with the podcast, too. You guys know that I am an alumni from the Nate Dogg School of Medicine. You know this, right? And in the Nate Dogg School of Medicine, it's not just the school's motto, but it actually becomes your credo. Like, basically, if you're a Naruto fan, it's your Nindo. This is your ninja way. And at the Nate Dogg School of Medicine, our Nindo is smoke weed every day. That's it. So, back at it like a sports fanatic. We get into penalty kick situations, right? First one up. Argentina. France goes up. Mbappe goes. Like I said, don't call me LeBron when I say this. Don't call me LeBron when I say this. But I'm telling you, when Mbappe got up to the I got up to the line. I said, "Oh, this is going top left, fully." I was like, "Oh, if there was a way to bet on that at that very moment, I guarantee you, I would have been a gagillionaire, a gigagillionaire." There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I was like, "Oh, this is going top left. This is fully going top." I was surprised when it went top left. It wasn't even like when it happened. I was like, "Yep, see, told you." When it happened, I was like, "Oh shit, I was right." Like fully full, like full factaholics, right? But Mbappe comes up there and he gets the first goal. For you guys that play trivia with me on Wednesdays, you guys know this sound, so you know what's about to happen pretty soon in a couple of go rounds, right? And then after Mbappe goes, they bring in the guy that just tears things up, right? He just, the guy that tears shit up for no reason. Where like, I call him Mr. Fucks It Up. He goes by the real name of Messi. And Messi comes through and he makes the most nonchalant kick that I have ever witnessed in my whole entire life. He slow rolls one right down the middle. Slow rolls it. I'm talking about 2-year-old kid slow roll right down the middle. We're tied 1-1. Then we had Coming arrive to the line. And this is when things started to go downhill for Art. You know what? Can I get a little? Because you know what? This whole entire game should have been part of our go hard. Go home. Our go hard or go home segment of the week, because you know what though? That's what penalty kicks are all about. You either go hard or you go home. Right now, it's time for you to man up. It's time for you to show what you got. Show me what you got, little mama. Show me what you got, Prelay. Show me what you got, Messier. Show me what you got. I can't even help myself. I told you guys I'm in a big mood today. I'm in a real big. This is a great sports weekend. This is a really good sports weekend. But Coming comes up for France, and he comes up and he comes up to the line. He kicks the ball and
you have failed. You have failed. You have failed this city
or country. All right, and his shot gets blocked. Easily blocked. Argentina brings up next the Bali. And like Messier, he puts one in. Now Argentina is up 2-1 in extra kicks. France brings up next, I hope I pronounced this name right, Itonomani? Itonomi? Chimina? I don't know. I thought it was pronounced Itonomi. Right? Right? But regardless, you know what? Fuck that. Make your shots. You get the right to have your name mentioned properly or pronounced properly. But
you have failed this city. You have failed this city. You have failed this city.
I'm just saying, you're just lucky you didn't play for Cuba back in the 80s. Just saying. I'm just saying. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Like if you know, like go ahead and give me an orange heart right now. You know what I mean? Like that's just crazy and shit. But you know I'm a Knicks fan, right? But if you know what I'm talking about, you go ahead and drop me a little orange heart. Let me know that you know what I know. Like these guys out here missing penalty kicks like shit is all kosher. They lucky. They lucky. They didn't play for Cuba back in the 80s. You could have missed penalty kicks back then. I'm just saying. Cuba wasn't the only one. There's a couple of them too. I'm using Cuba because I think it was Cuba. It could have been somebody else. It could have been. See, you thought I was video you? No, what happens? You thought I was video you? Wait, but right, he goes out and he misses a shot. So
You have failed this city.
all right, we'll get your name right next time around. Paredes for Argentina comes up, and for the third straight time. Nope, sorry. For the third straight time, they hit jackpot. And now they're up 3-1. With now the pressure being on France. You are now in almost must-make situations. Now, can I also tell you, right, the reason why doesn't deserve to have his name mentioned properly? Because unlike Cumming, right, that at least had his shot blocked, right, didn't even hit the goal, would have had the shot if he didn't go wide left. Wide left. Finkel is Ihorn. Ihorn is Finkel. His shot went wide left. Bendito. This is on you. So now France has to come back and they come up with Kolo Mani. That's what I wrote. Kolo Mani. Hey, I was trying to write these names down as they sounded. What's going on, sis? I was just talking about your brother earlier. Our brother earlier. See, I could talk about it with you now. You know what I'm doing. Listen, I'm wilding and I'm smiling. You know what's going on over here. Of course I'm home. I'm at the studio. You see the Christmas spirit. You know Christmas is in like 6 days. Well, yes, I'm at the home studio. You trying to pull up? But let me tell you. I'm going to tell you something, right? So you have to stay on. Because I was going to tell this to Trish when Trish popped up earlier. But she wasn't here to appreciate this. Like she hopped off too soon. I know. So, chilling, right? Chilling in my 6'4" earlier today, right? On my 09. And no, I'm not going to bed, but I listen, if you was going to bed, you should have hopped on. Listen, I'm in a big mood. I'm wilding and smiling. You see what's going on here. Right? So your brother sends us a message, right? Sends the fellas a message earlier today, asking us for our address. Which it's the holiday season, right? Shouldn't feel weird, right? If you think inside the box. Hey, somebody needs your address. Right? Somebody needs your address. It's the holiday time. It's right around Christmas. Maybe they send you a Christmas present. But I'm like, nah. Something feels weird. Something feels off. Like, why does he need my address? Like, why couldn't you just come deliver them? Because you know me, I'm going to deliver y'all presents, right? Any presents I got to give, I come and deliver them shits personally. Nah, fuck that. Like, I want you to see my face when I, you know what I mean, when I get you your present. Like, I'm bringing that shit fully. Like, I mean, like mooly claws. Fuck that. So, back to what we were saying. So I started thinking, like, if he doesn't need my address for Christmas presents, why does he need my address? I think I got a wedding invitation coming up to me. I think my duties as godfather and as best man is gonna be put on a timeline. I think it's gonna start ticking. I think over the holiday season, in the mail, your brother is gonna be mailing out wedding invitations. I don't know why. Don't know why. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling. Or a wedding announcement. Do you do announcement then invitation? I don't know how this shit works. They would have said like, I don't plan on getting married for like another 20 years. Sorry, Knicks. Force me to do it sooner. So that's all I had to say. That's all I have to say. I have a sneaky suspicion. I have a sneaky suspicion that the official announcement for it is coming out this holiday. Stay tuned. The MyT Sports Podcast as I drop more tea about some shit y'all wasn't expecting. Bing bong. All right, let's get back into the sports. All right, let's get back into the sports. So, Kolo Muani, right? Kolo Muani, he comes up, and I said, I got a feeling. That's why. Listen, I'm like, why do you need my address? Listen, he could also be just a lazy fucker and be like, I'm gonna mail all of you your Christmas present. But you know me, I'm a big weirdo. Like I'm a big weird. I like to deliver my Christmas presents. Like I like to fully embrace holiday seasons when it comes to stuff like that. So like everybody each his own, teach his own. Good night, sis. Love you too. Sleep tight. You know what I mean? Don't let the bed dreams bite. And all other good stuff. I'm gonna try to blow a heart out. It didn't work. But that was supposed to be little smoke hearts for you. Love you, sis. No, I've never blown a smoke heart in my life. I wouldn't even know how to form my lips to blow out a smoke heart. Like, no, I wouldn't even have a clue. All right, but I tried. I tried for you. I tried. Y'all get up to my sis. And before you go, she already left. I was going to tell her to make sure she dropped her clothing line information so you guys can go buy from her apparel. Especially if you guys, like, I say especially if you like anything, you should get it, right? But if you're a good God-fearing Christian person, you definitely go check out her apparel. Her apparel is pretty freaking dope, right? And I'm pretty sure that you would like it, right? But she hopped off too soon. But go look up rugged.beauty on Instagram, and then I'm pretty sure in there's gonna be a link in the bio somewhere to her clothing apparel line, and you'll be able to go check that out as well. Right. Also, she does makeup as well. You ever need your makeup done professionally? I know some people in the acting world. Maybe maybe one day you need your makeup done. Like she can do that for you as well. I mean, listen, this is full service here on the MyT Sports Podcast. So this ain't a podcast meant for kids, but there's certain elements where kids can be alright in here for a while until I go full left field, and then we wildin'. And you're like, oh well, I don't know if this is meant for young ears, but what is meant for young ears? Like, how old is your kid? What were you listening to back then at that age? Was it the Dave Chappelle show? Or was it Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor? See? Like, we all had, was it the Boondocks? Like, we all got those sketchy things we was watching, like, you shouldn't have been watching. Was it Def Comedy Jam? I'm not even going to compare Wild 'N Out to Def Comedy Jam. I'm like, listen, everybody should have been able to watch Wild 'N Out. None of us should have been able to watch Def Comedy Jam when it was out when we were kids. No, sir. Not me. I was watching it, though. I was definitely watching it. Right on my black box of HBO with my squiggly line porn channels. Like, wait a minute. Is that a nipple? I think that's a nipple. See, I told you. You never know where you're going to get that feel. Never know. You never know. I didn't even do that purposely. To try to prove a point. Right? It just happened. But you know what? Also can just happen what you want to make sure you're always prepared for? That is to get your squeakum squeak squeakum squeak squeakum squeak squeak squeakum squeak squeakum squeak squeakum squeakum squeak 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 them on. And do you know how you can always make sure you're ready? That is with Blue Chew. What is Blue Chew? Blue Chew just happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back your thrill. All you have to do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews before you do. Blue Chew has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. For a very low cost, you can beat it up like a boss, and she will love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And if you use my promo code of GSSS, that's Golf Sierra, go get some savory sugar, right? You can get your first order of Blue Chew for free. Yes, for the free, for free. The only thing you have to do is pay for shipping and handling. Take care of your postal workers, and then you can do it however you like. Whether you do it like LL Cool J, where you're doing it and doing it and doing it well, or you doing it like Lionel Richie, where you all night long, all night, yeah. Blue Chew isn't the thing that you need; it's the thing that you want. Drink too much every once in a while, fellas. This is just for you. You get whiskey dick. Blue Chew cures your whiskey dick. Like to talk a little bit too much shit in them DMs? Well, you could do everything that you said you was gonna do in the DMs when you Blue Chew right before them. Let's just say that, you know what? You're normally a 6 rounder, but you're like, fuck it. I want to go to full 12 rounds, the whole distance. I want to judge unanimous decision. Like, I'm not trying to TKO in 6 rounds. I want to go full 12. Blue Chew. It's for me. It's for you. It's for however you do your do. Because Blue Chew only has 2 instructions. You chew it, and then you do it. All right, let's get back into the sports. Man. Because I'm telling you, this World Cup had no Blue Chew needed. It was up, and it was stuffed. Last shot, folks. Right? We got, like I said, we got Colomoni. Right? He gets his shot off, and he saves France. He gets his. Thank you. He gets his right down the middle. Easy peasy.
Go home.
Because the last shot was left on Montiel. Argentina already had made 3 shots. 3 straight shots. Messi slow shot up the middle. Dybala following him going straight up the middle. Right? Paredes making his shot. And then we had Montiel come up and took a book out of Mbappe's playbook and sends it left for the winner. Montiel closes the game out. 4 straight penalty kicks for Argentina. Messi gets his first championship, and we're talking about, this is the 8th time that we've had a World Cup going to extra minutes, but this is only the 3rd time that we've had it going to extra kicks. Like I said, between Messi and Mbappe, they both I think Messi had 7. Had I think maybe 7 goals, and Mbappe had 8, or maybe they both finished with 8. I wasn't able to confirm that. You understand? Like, this was one of the greatest soccer matches I remember. But also because once you were able to allow yourself to also get caught up in the storylines and the emotions of it, then it added to it. I don't know if you eardrop yourself into this match, if this is the greatest match you've ever seen, but it still had its elements because you were still watching a 2-0 blowout. And then you saw one man tie the game. Then you saw the GOAT and the ace on the other side say, no, au contraire, mon frère, this is still my league. Score the go-ahead point. And the young, fiery buck said, slow down, young old man on your left. Ties it. Does his job. 4 goals in the World Cup finals for Mbappe. Oh, yeah. He was the leader. 4. And then I earned him the golden boat, maybe. I think that's what they call it. This was thrilling. This was exciting. The comeback by one person, 3 goals, the penalty kicks, the letdown, the missed, the wide left, the wide left. Ihorn is fickle. Fickle is Ihorn. This had all of the elements for one of the greatest soccer matches you can imagine. And then you add on the stakes. You add on the aces. You add on Messi not getting one in 17 years. 172 matches. That's what they said. To finally get a championship. Finally get a championship. And then, as he's trying to celebrate his championship, Salt Bay tries to come up to him and give him dap. And did you see how Salt Bay aggressively grabbed his arm like, hey, do you not know who I am? I am the Salt Bay. Messi looked at him, brushed him like, hey, God, what's going on? Because you know what he wanted to tell him, right? You know what he wanted to tell him.
I'm champion. Get shit on. Get shit on. Get shit on. Your ass. Your ass. Shut the fuck up. 1v1 me, you pussy. Pussy. Fucking 1v1 me. You piece of shit.
You know that's what he wanted to tell Salt Bay. You could see it in his eyes. You just couldn't hear it in his voice. Like, that's all that was. Like, he really wanted to dig in him one time. Pause. He really gave him that dismissive look like, get the fuck off me, puerco sucio, you motherfucker. You irrelevant for no reason. Why the fuck was you touching me? Why the fuck was you here? Why the fuck should I respect you? And I know I went full Tony Montana, but that's all the Spanish I know. But I get gangster with it. You know what I mean? Like, when you get gangster with your Spanish, do you not just automatically imitate Tony Montana? Like, is that not the voice that you go to? You let me know what voice you go to. You let me know. Like, you go at it. Oh, Lakers. Suns. 130. 104. No Devin Booker. And no Russell Westbrook. And no Anthony Davis. So yes, folks, we may have just had one of the greatest. Like I said, greatest. Let's see, we had. I don't see any LeBron James numbers, so I don't know if LeBron James played or not. So Patrick Beverly 9 points, Bryant 16, Walker number 16. Yeah, I don't see LeBron, Anthony Davis, or Russell Westbrook. Right, and I know that Anthony Davis isn't playing because he's injured. I saw Russell Westbrook in street clothes already. And who is this? You know what's crazy? I can already see the old lady she's gonna turn into. She has way too much stress already in her neck. You can see it. Like, her neck is already strung the fuck out and wrinkly. Like you can see how her face and like her body type is gonna because she's scrawny too. So you know what I'm talking about. Like prickly little face, right? But then neck worn out. I'll scraggly and veiny and just you can see stretch out and right just worn out, right? Slender frame. Yeah, she have one of them. We don't know what that is right now. I'm gonna try to find out. Now, this is one of those things, right? Is this gonna make me want to watch soccer more? If soccer is more easily on my radar, yes. Then it would make me want to watch soccer more. But it's all about what's on my radar, right? because things are sometimes ain't on my radar. I don't know when it's on. I don't know when I can conveniently find it. How to conveniently find it, or very easily so when it's on to conveniently find it. Like, oh, the New York Red Bulls are playing today. Let me put you on. Where can I put you on at? Where can I find you at? You know, FAMU football is on. Where can I watch it at? Where can I find it? Because FAMU is my team that I don't talk about enough. I have to listen, because I have to get more into football, especially college football, to even want to talk about FAMU. So it's just that I don't have my radar enough for me to just conveniently watch it in the afternoon, early in the morning, or in the afternoon. You know what I mean? In the month of December or early into June. So, sorry, that's why sometimes you guys gotta watch. You just have to watch. I was out here getting groovy, baby. Yeah, that one hit me. Yeah, that like it automatically brought the tone of my voice down. Okay, I think for a while we're gonna be talking with the early morning voice. So where were we? Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be one of those things that automatically force me to just want to watch soccer, right? But if it does nothing else, then maybe it forces me to, and I'm talking this out, right, as I'm thinking out loud, to just do something as simple as set myself up a reminder to be alerted for when New York Red Bull games are on. To see if I can catch, because I'll tell you this honestly, I don't mind watching another sport live because I always know how to go back and find old basketball games. That helps make sense. So I don't mind. Like I can even football is not so hard. So I wouldn't mind. Like I said, like I don't mind watching a UFC match. I don't mind watching a wrestling match. I don't mind watching something else, a tennis match, while maybe my Knicks are playing and something else is on, because I know I can always go back and watch my Knicks in a more I know I'm searching for the word I was looking for. Controlled environment. That wasn't what I was looking for, but it'll fit. Fuck it. Right? Inclusive environment, right? Exclusive. Controlled environment, right? Well, an environment I'm able to pay attention a little bit more and focus. Control. That may be the number one thing that it does for me right now. And if that leads to more speculation, right? More viewership of the sport from my end. I'm at that point where I'm down in the words I'm using. Listen, I'm telling you, that last pull directly hit the cerebral and Abdullah Mungada. Like, I am affected. I am fully affected right now. Oh, John Collins is back in the lineup for the Hawks. I really don't like the Hawks. I really don't. But I think you guys have discussed this already. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see how it makes me feel. Because like I said, the biggest thing maybe usually for maybe younger children, right? Younger kids maybe, that this may be something that gets them more involved. Like that's what that's really about, right? Like fuck us. Like fuck us, the people that spend the money, the people that are viewing stuff right now. This ain't got shit to do with us. This is all about, can this make children more interested into the sport? For them, oh yeah. I can see as probably happens every 4 years, there's a major uptick in soccer-like activity, right? Soccer registration, soccer players, soccer activity for a while. So there's always a wave to catch. And what all you can hope for, just think of it like sales, that every time you catch that wave, every time that wave comes, that you hold on to a bigger percentage every time of children or of individuals' interest. And that's really all you can really ask for, right? You can't ask to get 100% of the population. You can't ask like, oh, everybody that's now paying attention because of their country or just period for their love of soccer that was ingrained in them as a child, right? Because maybe it was the first sport that they played or they fell in love with, or they saw any member of their family member, anybody of their family members play for any reason whatsoever, right? If you are able just to retain a larger percentage every time, you go from 1% to 1.3%. The next time 1.7. Nobody cares how big the jump is, right? Progress is progress. Even growth happens at a snail's pace sometimes. We see it with soccer in the United States as much as we see it with women's basketball. Because to be honest with you, those are probably still are the next two sports that are really still kind of battling for that next sports spot of USA viewership, of consistent viewership. Football has its place. Basketball has its place. Baseball and hockey have their niche of people that's enough, more than enough. Team sports are talking about it, right? We already know what happens in tennis and golf. They have their niches already. They're good. And even then, they always, when there's somebody that piques enough interest to keep holding on to a percentage. Obviously, more people that watch, more people that buy, more people spend more, more money. But they're getting there. They're on that rise. Women's basketball and soccer, you start seeing it. Now, the other thing about it, I've always been surprised at how popular women's soccer is, right? And how dominant that they haven't been able to help with that push of movement. But it's because it's women's sports, and you know how they get shitted off for no reason. Even though their game is so fundamentally better than ours, it's ridiculous. Let's go ahead and cut that. Let's get. I want to roll up and roll out from this, right? Because the World Cup was awesome. If you haven't watched the World Cup, I got a chance to see it. Then I pay attention. Then that's on you. That's on you. This was a great sports weekend. Soccer, basketball, football. We had elements. We had great games. We had something that has not happened since, they said, 2002. That's for one of these stats. Another one of these stats hasn't happened since 1982. Some big things are happening in New York. I'm mad at you for this, just to let you know. All right, because but let's get into a little 305 to my city. We're going to start off in New York, and then we're going to come on down to South Florida, and we're going to rest. We're going to take the trip down here first to South. We're going to end our trip down here in South Florida. I don't want to go up to New York and come back down, right? And then come back down again, or start here. I guess it's the same thing, either or. If I start here, I have to still go back up to New York and then come back. If I start in New York, I still got to leave here, go to New York, and come back. Still the same amount of traveling, ain't it? Still the same amount of traveling. I think I want to end my night in Florida instead of ending my night in New York. Now, when I know I'm flying back, I can relax. Because, I'm not relaxing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. To be honest with you, I think you guys know me by now, right? I'm just stalling so that we can get into a little 305 to my city. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. MyT 305 my city. I keep the pulse of the city. Whether it's Knicks, Heat, the Nets, or Magic, we talk about it, the good and tragic. It could be Bills, Bucks, Jets, Jags, Giants, and Fins. We talk about it all. The losses, all the wins. Yankees, Marlins, Mets, and the Rays. We talk about them all day, all day. We about to die on the I-95. We about to die on the I-95. We about to die on the I-95. Let's take a trip over. Let's run it down. Let's not it down this I-95. Let's take a trip up to New York and let's get into it first. Right, we get into our Knicks talk. You know how it goes. Our Knicks talk. We got some big things happening. Cut that music for a while, right? Because I gotta let you guys know, right? Currently, as it stands, the New York Knicks are
Streaking.
Streaking.
There's more coming. Everybody's doing it.
That's true. There's more coming. And everybody is doing it. The New York Knicks, they're streaking. 7-game win streak, folks, after their last win against the Indianapolis Pacers. But not just them, folks. Folks, their 7-game win streak is the first time the New York Knicks have won 7 straight games since the 2002 season, or whatever season that is when they had Amari Stoudemire and maybe that was 2012, 2013, maybe. I don't know why I said 2002, right? But when they had Lynn Saturday and Amari Stoudemire, who I told you is in the news recently for punching his daughter in the jaw for being disrespectful to her mother. You know, he ain't punching the jaw for no reason. She was disrespectful to the love of his life and her mother. He felt some type of way and he chin checked her. I would hope most people would chin check somebody that is disrespectful to their wife and to their mother. I'm joking. I'm being a little facetious here. But New York Knicks on a 7-game winning streak. If I'm not mistaken, Islanders or Rangers, one of those new teams, they're also on a 7-game win streak. Right? My bad. No disrespect to them. This is the first time since 1982 that both of those teams have been on a 7-game win streak together. Right? But wait, there's more. The Brooklyn Nets. They're currently on a 6-game win streak. I'm sorry. I said I didn't want to do this. So instead of flying commercial, let's go ahead and hop on the G7 real quick. Right? I'm sorry. We're futuristic void relationship. We got to get there faster than normal. We're going to hop on the G8.
On camera in Florida.
Florida man decided to bring an alligator with him while making a beer run.
The Miami Heat are on a 4-game win streak. Hop back on the G8. Let's head back up to New York. Man, can I tell you how happy it has been to be a Knicks fan? Can I tell you how much it has been to be a Knicks fan right now? It has been great over the last couple of weeks. The New York Knicks are on a 7-game winning streak, beating the likes of Chicago, Indianapolis. Who else did we beat out there? Listen, you got that up for me yet? I don't like you guys. You guys are assholes. You make me out in this street. Rattle. Y'all remember that cartoon show, Chowder? What was the dude's name? The cook. You know, everybody had a food name, right? What was the cook's name? Because all he would say was rattle. I don't know if you remember that, right? But that was a funny show. If you've never seen that show, you need to go watch that cartoon. That's a dope ass cartoon, right? But the New York Knicks, right? They had their 7-game win streak, beating the likes of the Indianapolis Pacers, right? And their win streak's probably going to end this Wednesday. Well, we'll see. The team that they're playing has a key injury as well. There's a lot of key injuries going around the league. God damn, Jay Gilgeous Alexander. This dude sweated like he poured baby oil on himself. Like, that boy is glistening. And he's dripping. Maybe he just poured some water on himself. Right? They played the Chicago Bulls twice in Chicago and beat them. Right? They played the Sacramento Kings. They beat the Hornets. They beat the Hawks, and they started off this 7-game win streak by beating the Cavs, holding them to just 81 points with Donovan Mitchell in the starting lineup and on the team. The New York Knicks, they have recently decided to focus around their defense, right? Shortening up their lineup and focusing on defense, bringing up Deuce McBride, starting Quentin Grimes. Bring my beat back. Starting Quentin Grimes, right? Trying to see how much time we have. I forgot about that 2-hour mark. Okay, we got about 20 minutes. We're gonna talk about this and we're gonna switch segments. Right, but that's over there starting Quentin Grimes. And unfortunately having to sit Cam Reddish because Cam Reddish's defense wasn't solid enough. Wanted to play Hartenstein, but you know, we like his hustle, giving Sims great minutes, understanding that his energy is his best ability right now. There are a lot of working parts. I wrote something down some time ago, right? And I don't have it in front of me. But I still want to get to the point where the New York Knicks mid-3, that's what we're gonna call them. The New York Knicks mid-3 are averaging all about 25 points per game, putting up 75 points per game each. If they do that, they can damn near be unbeatable, especially if we're holding teams to under 100 points. Now, to be honest with you, they're already on pace, believe it or not, to match the average points per game of the Miami Heat's Big Three. Did you know? Exactly. So they can be consistent with putting up more than 66 points per game as a whole. That's 22 points each. To be honest with you, that's saying RJ Barrett, you can honestly score 18 points. Julius Randle, you can score 26. Jalen Brunson, you can put up 22. And be on pace to average what the Heatles did. Now, if I told you that the New York Knicks bin 3 were averaging what the Heatles did, how would you feel about them? This is before they started playing defense. They've been putting up these numbers. Ironically. It's just now the winning is starting to come into place. Now, it's still tough for us, though, as Knicks fans. You know what? I have to constantly remind you, in our division alone, it's still the Brooklyn Nets, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Boston Celtics, and us. Sorry. And then when Toronto's behind us. Like, those are still the 3 teams ahead of us. Philly, Brooklyn, Boston. As much as you would love to be better, because there's still talks about, oh, is Tim still God? And I don't know, and la la la. Do you still feel the same way about Tom Thibodeau? Let me know. Hit me up in the comments. I want to hear from you, Knicks fans. Let me know in the comments. Do you still feel that way about Tom Thibodeau? Because what I constantly see from Tom Thibodeau is a guy that constantly is willing to make changes until he finds a lineup that could win consistently. And he doesn't care if that lineup is old or that lineup is young. He doesn't care if that lineup has 10 years of experience, 15 years of experience, or 2 days of experience. Tom Thibodeau is about results. And he has always been about that. We want young players development. He wants results. You want him to give these young guys a leash, and he is trying to transform boys into men and let them understand you get nothing without earning it. So is that what we want to do? Is to succumb to the fugazi culture of giving people things that are undeserved? You've made it to the NBA. You haven't earned your minutes. You've made it to the NBA. You haven't earned playing time. You've made it to the NBA. You haven't shown stability. But we just want to play these. You just want to play them just so you can see. And Tom Thibodeau's like, I've been seeing. I've seen in practice because we practice hard and you don't practice hard. We play hard. You're not playing hard. We play disciplined. You're not playing disciplined. We all will love Cam Reddish to be on the court more. But if he's not earning it, what do you want? If he doesn't deserve it, think about the guys that he's playing. He's winning this down to a not. Instead of saying, oh, I have to play this guy, he's doing it to 9 guys he can rely on. And if Cam Reddish or anybody else shows that they could be one of them, they'll earn their time too. What is wrong with that? That is what sports should be. That is a meritocracy. That is what sports should be. I'm telling you right now, forget what all of you guys say. I want Tom Thibodeau. Are we in his 4th year? Yeah? No, I think we're in his 3rd. Next year, I want him to get a 6-year extension or a 5-year extension onto his contract. I want Tom Thibodeau to be the Knicks coach for 10 years. I want anybody that comes to the New York Knicks know that you need to play defense and be held accountable first before you earn anybody here. When they come to New York, they need to know what kind of team they're coming to. You know what that's called? That's called culture. That's called what they have down in Miami. That's called what they have down over in Golden State. That's called what they have in San Antonio. That's called what they have in Boston. When you come there, you already know there is a predetermined standard that you must live up to. And if you're not that kind of player, then why do we want you? If you can't conform to that, why do we want the non-coachable guy? The guy that doesn't want to play defense. Even Devin Booker has bought into defense. Ain't say he's great at it, but he's bought in. You want players that you want something set here. And when players come here now to New York, they know what they're getting themselves into from front to back, from back to front. You know on the first night if you're fucking or not. I don't want to hear no more complaints about Tom Thibodeau. We've seen this man. Oh shit, is that Chill Will? That is Chill Will. Oh shit, we got Chill Will.
On camera in Florida.
Oh wait, wrong one. Chill Will almost got the Florida man, the Florida man music again. What's going on, Chill Will? How you doing? Let's get Chill Will in here properly. Let's make sure we get Chill Will in here properly, because you know Chill Will gets offended if we don't give him his intro, as you guys know.
Drop takes, don't you? Drop takes, don't you?
Sir, yes, sir!
Well, if you're gonna drop takes, you might as well go ahead and drop them exhibitiously.
Cleveland! This is for you!
No, I was just telling everybody, all right, about the New York Knicks and explaining how they're about their current win streak that actually started off by beating the Cleveland Cavaliers and holding them to 81 points. But that they're you know that I'm tired of the overreaction that New York Knicks, and granted for the last, I would say for the last 5 days or so, Knicks fans have been really quiet. They have been. You haven't heard the woe is me guy. You haven't heard the overreact because you're on a 7-game win streak. Those people have shut the fuck up for right now. They'll come back the next time the Knicks lose 2 games in a row. I guarantee you. Let the Knicks go on a 2-game win streak. Man, Tibbs needs to be fired. He doesn't do this. This man has literally tried 149 different starting lineups since he has been there in 3 years. He has tried 762 different lineups playing since he's been there in 3 years just to constantly find what works. Does that sound like a man that bows down to analytics to you? Does that sound like a man that bows down to the consensus norm of what the fans are saying, what the GM is saying, what the owner is saying? Or is it a man that's out there just trying to find results? Consistently trying to find results. Shit may look good on paper, shit may sound sweet on statistically, but when it comes down to actually putting them on the court, what works? And he constantly finds that. Doesn't care who it is. He didn't care when it was Kimball Walker. He didn't care when it was Jalen Brunson. He didn't care when it was Emmanuel Quickly. He didn't care when it was goddamn whoever that's Alfred Payton. As long as they won, he was like, you're in. You play defense. You do what I say. You're in. Why would you not want somebody that constantly sets a standard? Because there's too much of this misconception. I really think it's a misconception that players don't want to be coached. There really is this misconception. Yet, I have never heard a great player. Sorry, I lied. Kyrie Irving. Shit. Listen, you guys call him great. No, Durant wanted to be coached. Durant always said he wanted to be coached. He wanted to be coaching. He's but Durant always wants to be coached, so he's never said anything about not wanting to be coached. He wants to be coached up. He looks for that. Oh, now listen. Yeah, so it's rare. So I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen. It's rare to find the athlete that's great that still does not want to be coached. Like these guys are still look. Does LeBron James not want to be coached? Huh? Yeah. You know what? No, you're right. No, actually, no, you're right. Because he wanted Eric Spoelstra out of there. Yeah, that's right. Paul Sider, he like, but no, no, it happens. Okay, you know what? I lie because you know what? Some people don't like certain coaches and certain coaching styles because and some people do want a more. Because you know what? I'm now reminiscing about Allen Iverson and Larry Brown. Larry Brown was probably the best coach ever for Iverson. And that was the coach that he wanted to get away from as fast as anybody. But the moment he got away from him, immediately regretted it. And regrets it to this day that Larry Brown was not his coach during his whole entire tenure. I've never heard that kind of conjecture come from LeBron yet. We'll see how he feels about all of his coaches in the past. This will come out eventually. We'll see if LeBron James ever has enough humility in him to let this come out. Right? Because that's something I think sometimes LeBron James, he doesn't allow himself to be vulnerable in those ways at times and humbles himself to the media. He is humbling at times. And there's certain areas where he is very still standoffish. And he will still stay in his whatever LeBron role. So it's rare. Let's just call it rare, right? Because I can not to say that you can't name them, There's a lot more of players that want to be coached and everybody just wants to find that right coach, right? And that's really kind of what it is sometimes, right? Yeah, like people just want to find their right coach because I will never say that Allen Iverson didn't want to be coached. He wanted the guy that he thought was right for him, and and that's all certain, and that's why you see coaches being sought out. That okay, after a time when I have this coach that does really well, that has never won a championship, you know what? How about we try this with someone that's actually won? And if you're a really great player, that may be the only difference in you asking for your next coach. I like this guy. We've done wonders together. Get me somebody that's won from a coaching position because there's something missing. There's a disconnect here, and I need somebody that connect that dot. That's what Michael Jordan had to go through. That's what Kobe had to go through. In a weird ass way, Stephen Curry had to go through. And I don't even think they asked for that. I think management just kind of made that decision for themselves. You let them tell it. Mark Jackson may still be coaching that team the way they loved him. if you let the players tell it, but also let's also be realistic. That move doesn't happen without somebody's consent. Without those guys at least being okay with it. Not saying they signing off on it. Would you be okay if we could bring in a more experienced coach with our guy with some championship pedigree? And if they say, yo, we would love that, then that's how those things happen. They don't necessarily have to go in there. They don't necessarily have to go in there and say we want Matt Jackson gone. They could propose to them a scenario that may lead to Mark Jackson's replacement. And that's something that we never actually got a hold of. We don't know what really happened behind the scenes because the way the NBA works these days, I find it kind of hard to believe that between Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, that none of them were aware that Mark Jackson was going to be out the door. And it was that shocking to all of them. It was ran through one of them. And get at least one of them. Directly or indirectly. Let's not dwell there. But even for them, they found a guy that was able to connect that one little piece. Now, why am I so big on holding on to Tom Thibodeau? It's because he's still a foundational guy for us. The Knicks as an organization has been so bad to not give Tom Thibodeau an extension may come off as being the same old Knicks, if you understand. Right? So we may just have to hold on to him just to save namesake because he's built this foundation. And then after 9 years of this, right? Not saying I want to waste RJ Barrett's time or anybody's time or whatever it is, but I want to re-sign him. Maybe 7 years in, you realize, okay, this is not it. But I still want players to understand when they come to New York, there's a foundation that has been established here. And if you don't come in here with this certain mind frame or with these kind of expectations, this isn't the place for you. And we're not going to change that. Not for you. The same way when LeBron James wanted Eric Spoelstra gone and went to Pat Riley and be like, hey, you want to come back down? He was like, go sit your ass down and go play. Listen to my coach. I'm done with that. That moment, I'll tell you this until everybody hears me. I'll repeat it to everybody hear me. That moment was a flashpoint into the current Miami Heat organization. That let everybody in the league know that if the best player, if who's considered the best player in the world, even though Kobe was in the league at that time, and so was Tim Duncan, and he couldn't go over Tim Duncan, or Dirk Nowitzki. But if the best player in the world at that time, right, or the next best player in the world, the guy that's going to be holding down this league for the next decade plus, right, can't get this coach fired, that means nobody could come in here and get this coach fired. Understand what we're building here in Miami? If you're not about that life, go walk somewhere else. And there's no complaints from any Miami Heat fan. Because granted, it also got you 2 championships. But you got 2 championships out of it because you had to get LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. Even though Dwayne Wade had pulled off 1 championship, but he had Shaq, they managed to get Shaq, Gary Pitt. You understand? That's all about environment. That's all about foundation. That's all about culture. Because the culture that Pat Riley built then that got him to coach that team when Shaq was there is the same culture that Eric Spoelstra has continued on. It's been a continuation. There's no reset. So be careful what you guys ask for in New York, because you may ask for something that sets you back, where now you're in a carousel where you're getting head coaches now again every 2-3 years. And if you're getting a new head coach every 2-3 years, then you have no culture, you have no environment, and now you're back to being a laughingstock where nobody wants to come to you because they don't know what the fuck you're about. People now want to come to you because they now see what you're about. They about that life. He's one of the best coaches in the league. Who's ahead of Eric Spoelstra? There's not many. There's probably not too many. I have to really think, because there's some young coaches out there that I'm probably not even paying attention to, right? Or some coaches in some minor cities. No. But what I mean is, like, and I'm gonna tell you what I mean, right? I don't know how long Memphis coach has been there. I don't know how long Utah's coach has been there. I don't know how long Denver's coach has been there. And I bring those three teams up specifically because those are three of the teams that are kind of old for the last 20 years. They're kind of always low key in the playoffs, right? They may not get past the first or second round, but they're always kind of there. The Utahs, Denver, you know what they may so low key always be there. You might even realize it as I'm saying that. Right now, you may think about it and be like, "Oh shit, yeah, they are." Right? They're kind of always there. So I don't know what the 10. No. They don't have any rings, but it doesn't mean that they don't have some great coach. So because nobody's ahead of exposure that doesn't have a ring. Let's just put it this way. So we're still only talking about Steve Kerr, Greg Popovich, and it may stop there. So I'm putting him ahead. I'm putting him ahead of Doc Rivers. He may so some of these other guys, they don't have the hardware like the Carlisles or the longevity like the Mdokus, or the hardware or any hardware like Tom Thibodeau. So yeah, Eric Spoelstra may be a top 3 coach in this league currently in the league right now. And what's that? What's that? Who's gonna? What about fired? I keep missing the key word in there. And LeBron tried to get his ass fired, but he wasn't a top 2 coach in the league when he tried to get him fired. Like Eric Spoelstra was still Eric Spoelstra was still he was a neophyte of a coach. He had no resume. Okay, let's put it this way. Okay, so you're right. So basically, how you doing, Steph? I don't know. Yeah, is it 3? No, 2. Because he only has rings. He only has the rings with the Heatles. Yeah. So no, listen. I'm gonna tell you this. So Eric, and I'm gonna tell you when Eric Spoelstra came on that, and we're about to lose everybody on pod. We're about to lose this Podbean feed pretty soon, and we have a new one for you guys, as you know. For Eric Spoelstra, he gained my respect. It wasn't when he had the Heatles. It wasn't when Pat Riley co-signed for him. It was when he had this team right now that was led by Bam Adebayo, when Bam Adebayo was not unknown to the whole world, sitting in the 7th seed in the East with nobody on their team. When I say nobody, I mean we're talking about LeBron left. Chris Bosh was being sidelined with the heart tumors. Dwayne Wade was in Cleveland or wherever the hell he decided to go to, and they're in the 7th seed. I'm looking at them like, wait, who the hell? And I don't think they stayed in the 7th seed, right? Because I don't even think they made the playoffs that year. But for a long time in that year, they were in the 7th seed, and I was wondering, who the hell does the Heat have on this team that they're even in the playoffs? But like, that's why I compare them to like the Oklahoma Cities and the Utahs and the Denvers, because they were in the playoffs by people that we wouldn't even know of yet. But now they're consistently there, and now Bam Adebayo is a household name, I feel like, or a semi-household, a household name to basketball. The people that watch basketball. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I grain to and take it from me. I hate Miami. So remember that, guys. I hate Miami Heat. So this is big praise from me. This is as biggest praise you'll probably ever hear me give the Heat organization, because I still is, as much as I hate the Miami Heat as an organization, a culture, a rap label, a team, right? I still wish the Knicks were like them. I'm like Kanye here. Like, I hate these motherfuckers, but I wish the Knicks were like them. I'm jealous of these motherfuckers. Well, that's the thing. So it may just be RJ Barrett. So RJ Barrett, he's RJ Barrett has never been an explosive guy. So remember, I don't know if you ever remember. I don't know if you remember this, right? And we're probably. I'm gonna lose you soon. I've told you for. I think. But I've said this from the very beginning. RJ Barrett, to me, if he matures into what I've seen from his rookie year, he's gonna be a Jimmy Butler or DeMar DeRozan. I don't know if you heard me say this, but that's where he could. That's why, like I said, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler. But I'm talking about offensively too. No, 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 no. So RJ Barrett, his rookie year, yes, defense was like that, but on the offensive side, and I was talking about more how he can impact the game, but that's his overall game. It's a Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan kind of game. Um, I'm even starting to put a little bit of Kyle Anderson in it, that slow mo guy that they talk about. He has that kind of game. It's slow, it's methodical, but it's a control. But it's a controlling, methodical, and slow pace. He's not super athletic. You know what I mean? And you know what? We're gonna get more into this. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna return to MyT Sports Podcast. We're gonna get Chill Will back in here. We just lost our call-in line feed because we have a time limit on that. We're gonna go ahead and bring that back up. And as everybody knows, they already have their own feed. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back with the MyT Sports Podcast, we will return. We'll get into our Knicks talk. We'll talk about our picks. We'll talk about our NFL picks. We got a lot to get into for the last hour of the show. We gonna get into it all though. Don't you worry. Here on the MyT Sports Podcast. Yo, play that funky music for me.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world.
Shit.
And they can respond, I became a soldier.
All right, we are back with the MyT Sports Podcast. I am still your host, the one and only talented Mark Taylor. Right. Thank you guys for listening. Continue to listen and continue to join. So let's continue what I was talking about with RJ Barrett. All right, and continue to break down RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett's defense in the beginning, it looked like it had like his offense. It looked like it had the promise that his game can round out to be Jimmy Butler-ish, DeMar DeRozan-ish. He has his times where he can explode. There's still more that you wish you can get from him, but right now, I think that he's too patient, right? And he's too passive. And because they're building a team, I feel like he hasn't. I don't know if he has it in him, because everybody that I mentioned were also slow growers in a way too, and that's kind of how I saw them. They were slow growers. It wasn't just the type of game that they had; it was also the time frame in their arch of development. These guys weren't Ja Morant and Zion Williamson in their first 3 years. They weren't Kobe in his first 3 years. He wasn't Tracy McGrady in his first 3 years. He wasn't Derrick Rose in his first 3 years. He took himself some time. He worked through different levels of his game and slowly got better, and then became one of the best two-way players and bona fide Hall of Famers in the game. So we're getting there, and like I said, I'm not hearing from the Knicks fans anymore, and it's good that we're not hearing from you guys right now. You guys have been quiet over the weekend. You guys have been quiet for the last couple of days, and as you should be. There are little things that still can be done better, and these are real things. These aren't made up arbitrary things. These are real things. The guy I'm probably calling to the carpet the most, right? Or I notice that still has. I can still take it up another level. This whole team can take it up another level still. This whole team needs to go plus ultra. They're a bunch of really good players. Like I said, we're Denver, we're Oklahoma City, we're Utah. It's not a bad place to be. We're still the fourth best team in our division, not conference, division. If we finish out the year, where's our record at, right? I just wanted you guys to understand what this means, right? Even if we finish out the year with a 56 winning percentage, right? Even if we finish out the year 4 games above 500, or however many it needs to be when it gets to 82, but even if we do, we're still the fourth best team in our division. Boston, Brooklyn, Philly. Now, granted, with this winning streak, we are a half a game behind Philly and a game and a half behind Brooklyn. We're 4.5 games behind Boston. Boston's still one of the rare teams in the league that has single-digit losses. It's a podcast that would like me to join them around 12:30. We'll see. I'll still be recording. But maybe I join like 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? Maybe they're still recording. I wonder if they're in Cali. Maybe that's why they record at midnight. And I wonder if you know. Okay, so the only Knick right now I want to call to the carpet to start things off with. I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick. Knicks are doing good. They're doing good things. They're playing good defense. Tom Thibodeau's made enough rotations for me to like. I can't knock players for having on and off nights. Everybody will. What I'm more concerned about is if we can be consistent as a team and keep getting dubs. We can get an 8-game winning streak. That's possible. We can get no, I'm sorry, I'm lying. I told myself it a lie. But no. Without the Golden State Warriors having Stephen Curry, we can win. It's gonna be tough still, but we can beat them without Stephen Curry. Jordan Poole becomes a regular point guard, or basically you have the Golden State Warriors with a regular point guard. You have the Golden State Warriors with Lonzo Ball. You have the Golden State Warriors with Alfred Payton. No, I don't know what that for. Sorry. My apologies. So they're beatable. So the Knicks can be on an 8-game winning streak after this. There's a guy I would like to see do a little bit more. And his more is not a lot to ask. That's probably why he's the first guy that I'm looking towards. Because he probably has the... Oh, I spilled the drink. I just gotta make sure that's not in the camera. He probably has... Oh yeah, that's perfect, actually. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. He probably has the lowest expectations of anybody, right? And probably the easiest line of develop, or the easiest way to develop is Mitchell Robinson. Bring on my Knicks music, right? Let me get it at half staff, if you don't mind. So he's a great defender and one of the best defenders in the league, hands down, bar none. Shit. Something happened, and I don't like what happened. Okay, maybe it was just me. But there's one little thing I would like him to get better at. And I don't know if he realizes this. I don't know if you guys realize this. He's a great defender. He's not a defensive anchor. No, you know what? Let me rephrase that. He's a defensive anchor and a defensive leader. Maybe that's the proper way to describe him. And what that means, right? Hey, hold on. I just realized something. I'm out here all naked and shit. Girlfriend number 2. Right? While he protects the paint, he gobbles everything up that goes in that direction when it comes to defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds, blocks. What I would like more from him is being more vocal on the defensive end. Calling out coverages, calling out helps. Being a little bit more, getting a little bit more Tyson Chandler element to him, where he now becomes not just a defensive anchor, but a defensive quarterback. That's what I mean by not a defensive anchor, but I want him to be a defensive leader. Where now you just don't feel his presence on defense. You hear him on defense. That is going to be his evolution to be the defensive leader of this team. To truly be not just a defensive anchor for this team, but to be that voice, that vocal guy. Oh, we got Chill Will back. What's going on, Chill Will? How you doing? Welcome back to the show. I moved on from talking about RJ Barrett. I'm talking about Mitchell Robinson now. But about your RJ Barrett stuff, right? And I'll repeat this again. Remember how I started this off, right? What I spoke about RJ Barrett from his rookie year is what I'm talking about. What I saw from him, and that was a guy that on the offensive and defensive end can grow to be Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan. But let me also explain the other part that you probably missed, right? Or that I know that you missed. It wasn't just their game, but also their growth arch as well. I didn't see him being somebody that, in year 2 and 3, they're going to be prime DeMar DeRozan, prime Jimmy Butler. No. They're going to be prime. He's going to be prime DeMar DeRozan and prime Jimmy Butler just as long as it took for DeMar DeRozan and Jimmy Butler to become prime Jimmy Butler and prime DeMar DeRozan. He doesn't let that guy that's going to just explode and spark. He's their slow growth guy. But he may be honestly the guy that it may not take until year 6 that you look at him and be like, oh, look at him. It'll be fully in the second contract, almost towards the end of the second. Like, it's gonna be that long, I believe, for RJ Barrett. So I've always looked at RJ Barrett with like a 6-year eye, in a weird way, because of the guys I compared him to. They never jumped out of the page to you immediately. They just, you notice them being hard workers, and then they just became consistent hard workers that worked themselves into star status. That's RJ. Now, back to what I was saying about the guy that I think I need to see the next line of development for. And it's because I think it's the easiest, it'll probably be the easiest one for the development. And that's, like I said, it's Mitchell Robinson. I need him to transform himself from a defensive anchor to a defensive leader. We all know his abilities on the defensive end. We all know about his abilities on rebounds. We all know his abilities blocking shot. I need him to start being more vocal. I need him to start being more vocal and pointing out picks, pointing out defenses, calling out coverages. If you remember how Tyson Chandler was for us Knicks fans, he needs to kind of be like that. And Tyson Chandler is another one of these names. I'm surprised Tyson Chandler isn't on somebody's team as their big man coach somewhere. I just saw Nick Van Exel on the bench in Atlanta. So, and we know Stoudemire had came into Brooklyn at some point in time. Mark Stoudemire's coming up all over the place today, isn't he? Jesus. You heard about him punching his daughter in the jaw, right? Like, I'm still trying to figure out, what did she do to get the technical foul? Like she must have said the magical words, just trying to keep it sports related. She must have said the magical words to get the technical foul, because you normally don't get teed up like that out of nowhere. But right now the Knicks are having a really good time. So people, if you like to play numbers, go ahead and play the 3 numbers, right? The one that whatever does 3, the power 3, the 3 balls, whatever that thing is called. And play the numbers 7, 6, and 4. 7 for the amount of games the Knicks have been streaking. 6 for the amount of games the Nets have been streaking. 4 for the amount of games the Miami Heat have been streaking. Now, there's one thing I can't hold against you, Knicks fans, because this is almost everywhere. And you know what? If you're not trying, then you're not trying to win. Who do you have on your team that you can trade for? Who do you have on your team that you can exchange for to make your squad better? We're not the only team trying to figure this out. The Miami Heat are having this issue, and so are the Brooklyn Nets. We heard Kevin Durant. Well, you think this squad is supposed to be nice just because I'm on it? Who am I supposed to be? Messi? Messier? Mbappe? Mbappe? Did you see that World Cup game, Chill Will? We'll wait for Chill Will. Well, Chill Will will get back to us once he gets back to us. Now, the New York Knicks obviously wasn't the only New York team that played over the weekend. They were just the ones that. No, not them. They were just one of the ones that helped keep us in a good mood. Unlike the New York Jets, let's go ahead and call them up to the carpet, because the Jets lagged. The Jets had full-blown laggage. Donovan Mitchell, 8 for 12, 23 points. Usman, 8 for 10, 22 points. Jared Allen, 7 for 11, 20 points. Garland, 7 for 11, 17 points. As the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Denver Nuggets. Utah Jazz, sorry, they're the same team to me. As you guys don't know, the All-Star voting has officially opened today, and it will last for the next month until January 21st. The New York Jets. They're in trouble. They are officially in trouble. And it's, huh? They lost. I'm still a fan. Still a fan. We're good. Listen, listen. So the New York Jets, they had a bad loss. And this one hurts because this was a winnable game. And this is a game that was widely lost because of poor clock management from our head coach. I find this ironic, right? So this weird thing really happened, and I've kept on saying this. And I haven't gone down all branches yet. But we've been up and down this tree for a while. And that is Zach Wilson being benched. It's ironic that Zach Wilson was benched when he was 5-2. 5-2. But we do see the difference in this offense when it's Mike White and it's Zach Wilson. You saw the difference in the players when it was Mike White and Zach Wilson. Right? While Mike White, yeah, he has fractured ribs. And that's the thing about it. He has decent games, and things look a little bit more, I don't know, things snap, they look cleaner when he plays, right? Everything looks a little bit more cleaner. The game looks a little bit more in control, but he has a losing record. He's 1-3. Mike White got benched for being 5-2, and the 2 losses was against Bill Belichick. I'm sorry. With or without Tom Brady, Bill Belichick is still the mastermind that make all neophyte quarterbacks look horrific. They make them look like they never played football before. And these were the 2 games he got scrutinized the most for. Fuck the 5 wins, the 2 losses. The New York Knicks were 7-3 coming out of the bye week. 7-3. We're 7-7 now. 7-7. Which means since the bye week, you've lost every game that Mike White has played in. But for some odd reason, like I said, things just look cleaner. The offense and the defense looked a little bit more motivated when he was in the game. It was that Nick Folk, Kirk Cousins kind of weird energy. You know, a la Washington and Philly. It had that kind of vibe to it. Just without the key result, the W. Now, the reason why I say the Knicks are the Jets are in trouble now is because during the bye week, we were 7-3. I told you. The New York Jets need to do one thing and one thing only. Go 500 after the bye week. You go 500, then let whatever happens, happens. Now, granted, 500 was the best case scenario. Which also means that if you take law of averages in the best case scenario, then that means that they could very possibly only come out winning 2 games. But that also means that 4 games are going to be winnable. Detroit was one of them. Now, we know how we've talked about Detroit this whole year. Detroit isn't an easy team. They're not an easy out. They're not a pushover. They're not a nobody. Like when they come popping their big guns. They just run out of ammo early. But they don't ever stop. They'll click, 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 click until the goddamn game is over. The Jets had an opportunity, and they were marching down the field. It's just that the clock management just wasn't there. Robert Salah came out and he explained the scenario, but still doesn't make it sit right. Especially now that you've lost 4 straight games coming out the bye. You were 7-7 when you were 7-3. Now you have to win out. Not to make the playoffs, because I don't care about making the playoffs. Remember what I said. Come out the bye, go 500. Whatever happens, happens. Meaning if you went 500 and you made the playoffs, great. If you went 500 and you missed the playoffs, I'm not shitting myself. You did your part. But anything less than 500 football, and you underachieved. And now I'm upset. Now I gotta put you on a stick and hold you onto the fire. Now I gotta roast your ass. I don't want to. Defense again did great. Once again, one bad special team. We gotta get this special team situation together. In all of our bad losses, it happened during special teams. Minnesota, Detroit, New England. 3 games that we had wrapped up. Or we could have won. 2 of them we had wrapped up. 1 we could have won. And 1 play on special teams. For the Detroit game, it was 1 play on special teams early in the game. That kind of set the pace. But 1 play on special teams, and yeah, we need Mike Westhoff either to come in here and give some special team 101s to the Jets, or have Mike Westhoff's nephew come in here and lie on his resume. And just motivate guys to do shit because of the name. But something needs to happen. When the offense is doing just enough to win and the defense is doing more than enough to win, special teams can't be the one place that we fuck up at. Like, you guys are barely on the team as it is. Like, you can't be fucking up. Dude, like, this may be your last chance. Like, you can't be fucking up here. But, au contraire, New York Jets, 7-7, lost 4 straight games. So, as I told you, the Knicks were streaking, 7 straight wins. The Nets were streaking, 6 straight wins. The Heat were streaking, 4 straight wins. Well, guess what? They're not the only one joining the party.
We're streaking.
Who's streaking?
There's more coming. Everybody's doing it.
The New York Jets are streaking, 4 straight losses. Jets fans, it's ironic that you guys aren't more upset. And you guys, I've noticed a little vitriol. I've noticed a little mini vitriol, but I'm still surprised you guys aren't more upset. I still feel like there's more upset Knicks fans in a 7-game win streak than there's Jets fans in a 4-game losing streak. Like, somebody explain this to me. It's also the Knicks. You know what? You know what? Screw you. Well, it's okay. You know, at least they're calling in about my team. Yeah, like, are you guys even getting phone calls about the Browns down there? Listen, man, listen. Your Cavs. I'm gonna tell you this: as soon as football season is over, for anybody that has not, for anybody in the Ohio area, right, Cleveland, Ohio, or wherever it takes for you to be a Cavs fan, right? Former LeBron fans that are still lingering around the area, right? Right after football season is over, if you're not already paying attention to the Cleveland Cavaliers, you're going to be in for a treat. The Cleveland Cavaliers they've been worth the watch for probably the last 3 years, or probably 2 years. I know definitely. Yeah, but this makes this will make the third year that they are definitely worth the watch. You should definitely be paying attention to your Cavs. Like they've been doing something for the last 3 years, and Donovan Mitchell being added to the team is them moving their chess piece right into that place where they start thinking that they can get checkmate. Like they're attacking the board, and so yeah, you should watch the Cavs are worth the watch. It's not, like I'm gonna take my I'm gonna take my shots at the Cavs like all year long, but respectfully in this moment, understand what I'm saying here, right? I'm having my respectful. I gave respect to the Heat. I'm giving respect to the Cavs. Listen, fuck LeBron. I'm not giving respect to him this week. Like, listen, this like we're still within about 10 days of I know. But we're still also within, I think, a 10-day window of when my beef with LeBron James started 20 years ago. So I think we're still within that window. So it's not like until December ends, then I'm like I'm gonna be like have not like 11, 10 days as well. We may give him a birthday shout out. We'll see how we feel. Say word. Oh my God, that hurt. That came out of nowhere, and he's so understood. Like all you keep seeing is, and he has offensive big men. He has a big man that he defends offense. He's a Dwayne Wade kind of size. He's like 6'2", 6'3", somewhere around there. Yeah, mm, I'm glad you brought up. I'm glad you brought up. If he's if he's at the two guard position, he is already a top 3 two guard in the league. And honestly, the only person I may be willing to put him behind is Devin Booker. Well, no. So listen, when when I said with a little level of reluctancy because one, that's me putting Devin Booker as like the number 1 shooting guard in the league right now, and I have to. I'm really trying to debate if he is, but he may just be. and I don't have anybody else because not many. James Harden, Klay Thompson, and Mitchell Robinson. I think he has. I think he may be a point. And then I mean we have DeMar DeRozan. No, DeMar DeRozan is a small. Zach Levine, Shea Gilgris Alexander, SGA. I know who you're trying to listen. Listen, the fact that I even know it enough to be able to correct it at this one moment, just take it for what it is. Next time I say it, it's gonna be wrong. It's the one time Shea Giltrish because Giltrish Alexander because it's GILISGA. I said it right the first time, and it's gonna be the last time I'll probably say it right. Cause I said that shit unconscious. I think he's a six. I think he may be a 6'7" point guard. That may be what he's playing right now. So we'll have to see it. And if that's the case, like he's in there, depending on where they have Brandon Ingram at position wise, he'll be in that category. But just in the category, like I said, if I'm trying to build a pool of people, right? I'm trying to think. So I take Donovan Mitchell over Brandon Ingram. I don't like me some Brandon Ingram too. I really do. I think Brandon Ingram is one light bulb away. What? I think he is. Like he has the tools. I think he's a listen. Listen to what I'm saying specifically. He's he's a light bulb away from being a true from actually being an all-star in this league. Like he has it, but no, he's not. So okay, so you understand what I'm saying? If I'm saying he's a click away from being an all-star, he's not an all-star yet to me. He's he's playing around with it, right? Like he's I don't he's still within that rookie. He's still within that first 7 year contract. He's like I don't think he's in the rookie contract anymore, but he's still within the rookie extension contract. No, he's still with the rookie extension. I know he was there with the yeah. He's in within the rookie extension contract. So he's like he's not more than 7. Who's it? Brandon He's 25 years old, 7'3" wingspan. 2020 he signed the. No wait, no, that's not. Let me see. When did he? Yeah, so he joined in 2019. Shit, what? No, 16. Okay, 15. No, 16. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, he's still on that rookie 2016 Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah, 6 7 years. Yeah. So and they have him as small forward. So yeah, he's disqualified. Well, listen, they probably hit LeBron. They probably treat LeBron how people don't understand how I would have treated LeBron in New York. Is that he brings me my ring? Cool. Don't gotta like him. Yeah, they have their legacy people anyway. Yeah, Kobakistan. So they're probably part of Kobakistan and shit like that. I get it. Kobe Magic Kareem. Let's call it what it is. Kobe Magic Kareem. Listen, and we know how the bubble is talked, not by us fans. We see how the bubble is talked about by other athletes, other basketball players, other professional athletes. Like we said, that one time in basketball camp, LeBron James got a championship stuffed up his ass. Walked, walked away with it. Oh, listen, no. What we see? What have I said before? You see Anthony Davis injured now, right? That year, people. That's what's like. People. I hate when people just look at end results, especially people that watch sports, right? I hate when you just get lazy and you're like with Tom Brady. Every people get lazy and be like, well, he just has 7 rings. He won in Tampa Bay. Like, stop it right now. Like we know that dude came there and added 3 more Hall of Famers onto that team, and Antonio Brown was his 5th best wide receiver, was his number 5 receiver on the goddamn field. But back to LA. That year, if that playoff starts normally, they don't have Anthony Davis. Let's remember this properly. If the season goes on normally, Anthony Davis is exactly where he is right now today. Injured on the bench, in street clothes, eating fucking cotton candy. I don't even know if he likes cotton candy, but that nigga's softer than a Twinkie filler. So he eats cotton. You are what you eat. That nigga's cotton candy. That's what I'm gonna start calling him from now. Anthony Cotton Candy Davis. That's officially a goddamn name. Because it's too many times now. I'm sorry. He has the worst ability of them all. His availability is trash. That year, he was not available. It took that 3-month break to get Anthony Davis back healthy to play again. And he still got hurt and still had to basically be dragged over the finish line. Which, granted, in one of those games where he was dragged over the finish line, he had like a 45-10 or whatever the fuck it was. But he was still like, hey, I'm not letting you sit down. Listen, you're going to play through this. You ain't. LeBron James probably big brother the shit out of him at one point in time. You ain't injured. You hurt. Like, you listen, you ain't going to feel this shit when all that champagne is in you. You ain't injured. You hurt. You ain't injured. You ain't hurt. You understand what I'm saying here? I guarantee you, every day he was in it, you gonna play. Listen, you gonna listen. You listen. You listen. This is the best chance we got. We gonna take this. Like, this is the one time I'll give LeBron James the full credit. I guarantee you, if LeBron James wasn't if we don't find out 20 years from now that LeBron James was basically sleeping in his room, massaging his calves, talking to him, like, hey, like I basically developed the common app just because of Anthony Davis. I wanted to be in his ear the whole entire time, right? If we don't find out some shit like that, I'll be flabbergasted. I'll be shocked. Remember I told you this. There's going to be some extra shit. We're going to find out that LeBron James went the extra mile to help coddle Anthony Davis through that injury. And it's what he should have done as a leader. But nobody counts it. Nobody counts that goddamn championship. And there's a caveat everywhere. I don't even know how he got over to LeBron James. I don't even want to go down this road. Oh, Jets, Cleveland, cheering, crowds. Gotcha. 7 degrees of separation like a motherfucker. So, back to these Jets. You know what? That's really all I got to say about the Jets. Took a bad loss. They lost to the Detroit Lions. They had an opportunity to beat them. Zach Wilson looked good, but at times he also looked like he hasn't played football in about 3 weeks. I wonder why. Right? So, I also heard a difference. This time, the team didn't throw him underneath the bus when the end result didn't end up in a win. When I can say before, in those losses to New England, you can visibly see the frustration from the players, and it also became vocal in interviews afterwards. The reception he got and the response that he got from his players was the complete opposite this time around. They were complimentary. They were complimentary, and they were complimentary of his actions, of his play. Right? They were impressed. They were impressed by his by by what he was able to do, being the guy that was put in a situation where you was stripped of your starting spot and then basically didn't play for 3-4 weeks and then had to come out the raw and play suddenly against a gritty Detroit team who we all know is a gritty team. We've called them gritty. We constantly quote their coach almost every other week. I'm a bite a calf. I'm a bite a kneecap. Right? I'm a bite a thigh. What else? What else? What else did he say he was gonna do? Like, and every time.
Chris is good. Chris back there.
But also, but also one of the other, there's also another appreciation for Mike White that, hey, you guys, I mean, not Mike White, but for Zach Wilson, that, you know what, while they all loved Mike White, they only won one game with him and basically went on a 3-game losing streak with him. When you had Zach Wilson, you were 5-2, and the only guy you lost to, the only guy he lost to was Bill Belichick. And you tell me, when is it a bad thing for a neophyte of a quarterback to lose to Bill Belichick? Is that not his MO? Was that? But they weren't even undefeated at the time. What were they at the time? They went from being one. Let me see. They were. Let me see. Because they were 7-3 by the time they went into the bye. They were 5-2 with him, right? So that means that before him they were 2-1 with Joe Flacco. You know what I mean? I know. I know. No. I get it. So now I wonder if there's now a appreciation now for Zach Wilson because you see now. Listen, we may have not liked everything that he was doing, but he was still doing enough to help us get these dubs. The other dude, like I said, things just look cleaner. The team feels like comes off more motivated. But you know what? Maybe this is it. They play more motivated, but with less desperation. Maybe they need to keep that desperation. like, like maybe that's what it is. I don't know. We don't know either. So that's just like I wonder now. That's just like I wonder. It's a question I'm generally. I wonder if now this team may have a better appreciation for Zach Wilson, seeing that, hey, we only went 1-3 with Mike White. As much as we love him, with this dude, we were at least able to go 5-2, and then justify it with, hey, those 2 losses was against Bill Belichick. I mean, that is Bill Belichick. That's the Billy Goat of coaches. Like Tom Brady is a goat. He's the Billy Goat. So I wonder if that may have started to seep into some people's psyche, if that started to seep into the whispers, you know what I mean, and in the locker room amongst players, like I wonder, you know, like I don't know, I wonder because it, it's viable. No, no, so I can tell you what the difference is, right? Like I said, things look cleaner. So this is it's really simple. The easy stuff, the intermediate stuff, the dink and dunks, the screen passes, the like everything but the explosive play in the long ball, Mike White is great at. The basic shit, Mike White is great at. Explosive play, that downfield shit, he's Fitzpatrick. He's 50-50. He's kind of up in the air, but it just, the people just, he's the people's champ. For Zach Wilson, all that simple shit, Mike, Mike White, no, he's like fifth year in the league, drafted by the team that we don't longer talk about until Jerry Jones announces racism, right? So, um, yeah, he started off with them, and listen, he was low key a people's champ in Dallas at one point in time. Like he's like that. He has a lot of Ryan Fitzpatrick in him. Like he'll coming off the bench and make things look different. You know, they'll gain the people. But with Zach Wilson, it's where Mike White thrives at, he struggles at. So Zach Wilson struggles in the easy shit, the easy slants, the easy intermediate plays, the easy out route, you know what I mean, like those little things, that the easy yardage, the easy 4-yard pass, and let your wide receiver and let whoever it is just go do business. He's bad at that, but that deep ball, great. You know what I mean? That roll out street ball shit, great. That difficult play, great. Like that's where he's at, and that's where the frustration. Well, he ain't gonna last then very long for the New York Knicks, for the New York Jets. Then that's what I just heard. We only got like 5 minutes left in the podcast. We didn't get a chance to talk Giants, Heat, Fins, Tampa Bay, or anything else. So let me bring up one category that I wanted to that kind of touched here twice, right, for the last segment of the podcast. And that was when I don't know if you heard this, Chill, but the NBA is coming out with, they recently renamed a bunch of their trophies. But on top of renaming their trophies, and like giving, like remember last year they gave Magic and Larry Bird, yeah, a couple of trophies. Well, then now they've turned around and they've added a couple of more names onto this. So now we have Olajuwon added onto it. I think before then they already had Kobe for the All-Star game. Let me see. They have Akeem Olajuwon. They have Michael Jordan added in there as well. There was one that was added, right? Not just a name, a total new trophy. We currently have a whole brand new trophy in the NBA, and it is called the Clutch Award, where they want to give an award to the most clutch player in the NBA. And it made me think of a couple of people, right? Immediately, like a couple of people popped into my name. And you mentioned somebody else. Well, kind of right now in the league, right? But the name, but let me explain it. This is the Jerry Clutch Award, right? So Jerry West gets his own trophy as well as being the logo. But the first guy that I think popped into my head when I thought about this award this year, and he hadn't done anything yet this year, but thinking about him being in the league so far and all of his past performances, Damian Lillard, I think, was the first name that popped into my head for the Clutch Award. And then you mentioned somebody else today. with Mitchell Robinson. And I'm curious now, how clutch is Mitchell Robinson's game? Because that I don't know. Sorry, not Mitchell Robinson. Donovan Mitchell. Sorry. Mitchell Robinson plays for the Knicks. I went into autopilot. I went into autopilot. So Mitchell Robinson. So because you mentioned Mitchell Robinson, we don't have a lot of time. We have like about a minute and a half left. So I was curious now. It now makes me curious of how clutch is Donovan Mitchell. So this is going to be very interesting because I don't know why, but I am very interested in to see who they're going to give the first ever clutch award to. And which one of these players are going to go out there? Well, and which one of these players is going to earn it? Will it be Luka's award first? Ooh, that would be interesting. Like this is actually interesting because at one point, less than a minute, he like I see, but is he still clutch to these days? He just hit a game winner actually. So all these game winners that we're seeing, people, still keeping track of them because a clutch award is up for the taking. And while you don't have to be a playoff person or a higher scorer, you just got to keep coming up with moments when it matters the most, and that's game-winning moments. You don't even have to have a winning record for it. You can have 29 game-winning moments, and that be the only 29 games you won. That's actually the funny part of it, folks. We got less than 50. Folks, we got about 10 seconds left of the podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to stay in the holiday spirit and continue to get your hoe on. This is the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, Talent Taylor, and we are out of here. Like it's just spinning right now. Oh yeah, 5:30 jokers if you guys listen on podbean. It wouldn't be over.